Welcome back to the Cat DiMera channel, your ultimate destination for all the juicy Salem drama. Today is an absolutely gorgeous day to dive into the latest shockers, but here's the kicker, guys. We are gearing up for a monumental week of television from June 22nd to the 26th, and it all revolves around some massive returns to the Salem canvas. First and foremost, we have to talk about the absolute queen of daytime television. On Monday, June 22, Marlena Evans will be reflecting on her astonishing 50 years in Salem. 50 years. Can you believe it? To honor this incredible legacy character milestone, Christopher Sean is making a highly anticipated return as Paul Narita. Paul's return isn't just a fun little cameo. It is a profound, deeply necessary, emotional anchor for Marlena. Think about the heavy psychological weight she is carrying right now. It has been exactly 1 year since she lost the absolute love of her life, John Black. We all know Marlena has been struggling to figure out what the rest of her life looks like without her soulmate by her side. Having Paul back in town is going to bring a flood of beautiful yet heartbreaking memories. Paul is John's flesh and blood, a living testament to the man Marlena loved for decades. I think this was a huge mistake to keep Paul away for so long, especially during her grieving process, but having him here for this milestone is pure perfection. What do you guys think? Will seeing Paul help Marlena heal, or will it just remind her of the gaping hole John left behind? And you won't believe what happens next, because Paul isn't coming back to Salem alone. Joining him is his on-screen husband, Colton Little, reprising his role as the dashing ISA agent, Andrew Donovan. But Andrew isn't just here to hold Paul's hand and reminisce at the Brady pub. Oh no, he is on official, highly classified ISA business, and he is coming directly for Cat Greene. On Monday, June 22, Andrew is going to mercilessly scold Cat over her latest actions. Let's be real for a second. Cat has been playing a very dangerous, foolish game with EJ DiMera. We know she is an undercover financial analyst for the ISA, recruited by the legendary Shane Donovan to expose EJ's illegal Versavix drug ring. But she is getting way too close to the fire, and it is going to burn her badly. Kat's psychological profile is an absolute mess right now. Remember when she first came to town as an Abigail recast fake out and completely ruined our beloved Chad DiMera's life? I will never, ever forgive her for the immense trauma she inflicted on little Thomas and Charlotte. Now, she is trying to play EJ, but EJ is a master manipulator who eats amateur spies for breakfast. A lot of fans think Kat has everything under control, but I'm telling you, it's definitely the other way around. She is falling for EJ's toxic magnetic charm. Andrew stepping in is the ISA's desperate attempt to pull their operative back from the brink before she compromises the entire mission. Andrew knows firsthand how the DiMeras operate and clearly sees Cat losing her objectivity. This slow burn espionage plot twist is giving me major anxiety, and I honestly hope Andrew pulls her off the case before she destroys Chad's peace of mind again. Moving on to Wednesday, June 24, Hank Northrup pops back into Salem as Liam Saleko. We are finally going to see Liam give Ariana Horton a proper goodbye. Now, we have to talk about the absolute disaster that is Gabi Hernandez. Gabi literally wrote Liam a massive check to leave town and stay away from her daughter. That's crazy. Gabi has always been a ruthless corporate player, but using her newfound DiMera inheritance to bribe her teenage daughter's boyfriend, that is a new low, even for her twisted standards. Ari's heart is completely shattered, and the psychological damage Gabi has inflicted on her own child is going to take years to undo. Ari is a legacy kid, the daughter of the late Will Horton, and she deserves so much better than Gabi's toxic, controlling, and manipulative parenting style. I honestly hope Ari never forgives her for this disgusting betrayal. But Liam's return isn't just about breaking Ari's heart and exposing Gabi's lies. He also has a critically important conversation with Brady Black and Sarah Horton. Why? Because Liam is the emergency contact for the sister of Sarah's recently deceased patient, Destiny. This ties directly into the horrific, tainted drug crisis that has been sweeping through Salem. Brady has been flexing his black patch private investigator skills, and Sarah is absolutely desperate for answers. Sarah is carrying so much medical guilt over losing Destiny, and she is using this intense investigation as a distraction from her messy, complicated love triangle with Brady and Xander. Liam holds the key to this mystery. Is he somehow involved in the drug ring? Or is he just an innocent bystander caught in the crossfire of Salem's underworld? The suspense is literally killing me. Then, on Thursday, June 25, Maggie Carney pops back in as Rita, EJ DiMera's long-suffering executive assistant. Rita alerts her boss to a developing problem. Let me tell you, EJ's entire life is a developing problem right now. His experimental resurrection drug, Versavix, is a complete and utter bust. Lexi Carver's health is rapidly failing. She is experiencing severe neurological symptoms, and Abe Carver is ready to literally murder EJ for playing God with his wife's fragile life. On top of that, Johnny and Theo have basically staged a corporate coup to fix DiMera Enterprises' reputation, leaving EJ completely isolated and paranoid. EJ's psychological state is currently teetering on the edge of total madness. He inherited Stefano's arrogance and God complex, but he completely lacks his father's calculated patience and strategic brilliance. He genuinely believes that every horrific, unethical medical experiment he funded was for the good of the family. The sheer narcissism is staggering. Rita warning him about a new crisis, whether it is the FDA cracking down, Rafe's police investigation closing in, or Johnny uncovering the tainted drug link in the corporate files, is just the tip of the iceberg. I passionately defend Chad in his noble efforts to protect his family's true legacy. But EJ deserves to lose absolutely everything. He has alienated everyone he claims to love, and this developing problem is going to be the final nail in his corporate coffin. Finally, we reach Friday, June 26th, and this is where the drama gets incredibly dark and disturbing. Lorelei Olivia Moat returns as Rachel Black, who is currently locked away in Bayview Sanitarium. Rachel gets some deeply troubling news from her parents, Kristen DiMera and Brady Black. We all know exactly what this devastating cliffhanger news is. They are telling Rachel that her former best friend, Sophia Choi, has supposedly taken her own life. This is a crushing blow for a young girl who is already struggling with severe psychological issues and bad seed tendencies inherited directly from her mother. But here is the absolute sickest, most twisted part of this entire storyline. Kristen is standing there in Bayview playing the comforting, grieving, loving mother when she is the one responsible for Sophia's demise. Kristen literally bashed Sophia's head in with a rock and had her thugs toss the poor girl into the river to cover up their botched plot to murder Johnny DiMera in that horrific apartment fire. The level of psychopathy Kristen possesses is truly terrifying to witness. She is comforting her own daughter over a death that she cold-bloodedly orchestrated. How can anyone defend this woman? A lot of fans think Kristen is just misunderstood and driven by love, but I'm telling you, she is pure, unadulterated evil. She is weaponizing her own daughter's grief to maintain her innocent cover, and it makes me sick to my stomach. What is this going to do to Rachel's fragile, developing mind? Rachel already fears that she is going to end up exactly like Sophia, consumed by the toxic hatred and bullying of Salem. Brady is trying so hard to be a good father, to anchor his daughter in reality and love, but he is completely blind to the absolute monster standing right next to him. When the truth finally comes out, and in Salem, the truth always inevitably comes out, the psychological fallout for Rachel will be catastrophic. She will realize that her mother is a cold-blooded killer who lied to her face while she wept in a mental institution. This is a classic soap opera slow burn, and the payoff is going to be explosive. You definitely do not want to miss a single second of this wild ride.